You know what the heck? I'll teach y'all how to break down or split up your macros for those of you who don't know how to split your macros. Okay, for me, I don't count calories anymore. I can't tell you why. I don't know why. I just stopped. But I did for like the first month of when I was working out. And I kind of got used to what I was eating. Like I know like when I eat this, I kind of roughly can estimate how many calories will be in the dish that I make, right? So when I make like tilapia and spaghetti, I know some people think that's nasty. It doesn't really taste bad. Tilapia and spaghetti. I know it's roughly around 300, 400 calories or whatever, right? I know I get a good amount of protein from the tilapia, within 100 grams of tilapia or 60 grams of cooked tilapia. Like I know, I've done it so many times that I kind of know what I'm eating. I know whether or not I hit my calorie goal for the day or not. Put it that way. I know within my post-workout shake, it's about 500 calories, give or take, right? So I've done it so many times. So I don't really follow a macro split, and yet I still made gains, right? I still made gains. Now for those of you who are just starting off, yes, I do think you should kind of count calories just so you could get a idea of what you're putting in your body, right? And you could get an idea of whether or not you're actually eating the amount of calories that you need to make your gains. Definitely, like a bodybuilder really does. I think a bodybuilder really does have to keep track of their macros a lot more than someone like me who's just trying to get stronger. So I guess this video is for those bodybuilders out there who wants to, get bigger. For me, my macro split when I was counting calories, it was 40, 30, 30, as in 40%, 30%, 30%. Sorry, 40% carbs, 30% proteins, and 30% fat. Now, before the percentages come from the amount of calories you plan on consuming throughout the day. So, for example, for someone who wants to consume, like for me, I was aiming for 2,400 calories a day, right? That was my average BMR. So it was my resting BMR, which was about, I think, 1,800, and then there was my in motion BMR. Basically, it was 2,800 because I work out like 6 to 7 days a week, right? Of course, the less you work out, your in motion BMR would be less. So that I averaged it out. So I added both my resting BMR and my in motion BMR, and I divided it by 2, and I got 2,390, but I just rounded up to 2,400. Now 2,400, I split it up. 40% of those calories should come from my carbs, which equaled 240 grams, right? 240 grams. My fats, 30%, right? 30% of those the calories was 80 grams, and 30% of my proteins was 180 grams. Now the reason why the fats are so low is because, remember, as I said in the other video, your fats contain 9 calories per gram as opposed to 4 calories per gram in proteins and carbs. So I basically consumed 240 grams of carbs, 180 grams of protein, and 80 grams of fat. And basically, after consuming all of those grams of protein, carbs, and fats, it totaled up to 2,400 calories, right? So that basically, if you want to find out how to split up your macros, all you have to do is pick a calorie goal, okay? So let's say you pick 2,000 calories. Then you're gonna take that 2,000 calories. You're going to first do your You're gonna get that number, right? 2,000 calories, and then you're going to find out what's 30% of 2,000, right? So 30% of 2,000, I have no clue. Just find the number, and then you're going to divide it by 4. So you divide it by how many calories is actually in that. So I'm having a brain fart right now. Let me gather my thoughts. You're gonna get the number 2,000, right? You want to take in 2,000 calories. You're going to find out 30% of 2,000. Then you're gonna, after you find out that number, divide it by 4. You got your protein. Your carbs, you're gonna take 2,000 calories. You're gonna divide it. You're gonna find out 40% of 2,000. Then you're gonna divide that number by 4. With fat, you're gonna find out 30% of that number, which is the same as a protein, but you're gonna divide it by 9, right? And that could be your split. Now you may want to have a 50-30-20 split, which is 50 grams of carbs, 30 protein, 20 fat. For those of you who want to lose weight, you're going to do the same thing. You're gonna find out 2,000 calories, find out 50% of that, which is 1,000, and you're gonna divide that by 4. So that should be 250 grams of carbs. With 30, then you're gonna find you're gonna have 180 grams of protein from the previous calculation, and then with the fats, you're gonna find 20% of 2,000, and then you're gonna divide that by 9. That's basically how you find a macro split. It's not really that hard, but for those of you starting out, yeah, start counting your calories and what you're eating. You can use MyFitnessPal, which is a very good website. That's how I count my calories. And yeah, that's it. That's all you gotta do. For those like me who are kind of intermediate by now, you don't really have to count calories unless you're a bodybuilder. If you're a bodybuilder, count your macros, okay? So like, share, and comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later.